Hi everyone, welcome to today's altcoin Bible. If you want to watch the premium version of this session where I cover MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, a whole host of other cryptos, as well as my Cherry Ripe Wonder Watch and a Danger Zone, make sure to become a newsletter subscriber, clicking the link down below. You also have access to a ton of additional alpha content, which we share exclusively with our mastermind clients. Hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy the session. My Cherry Ripe today, uh, actually suggested by our newest mastermind, Tirana, so well done. This is on my watch list, but I hadn't had any alerts. It's very, very interesting seeing the cryptos that aren't listed on Binance hold up and perform far better than everything else. I'll leave that with you. You think about what you will with that. But Hyperliquid here, like actually BNB, has a utility. It gets burned, it gets used every time people are using the platform. So Hyperliquid is a perpetuals decentralized trading platform, if you weren't aware. And a Hyperliquid token is used with the fees and some other means as well. So exactly like BNB. I'm looking at this chart and just seeing this. This was my line here. I wanted to see a crack through this. We got it. We got that really big daily bullish engulfing there, which is nice. Now, the problem for this chart for, truly being a cherry ripe is that the 200-day moving average is generally a really great short to medium term barometer of price direction. As long as we're under the 200 here, we are still trending down. But if we can punch through the 200, get some kind of daily close, ultimately a weekly close through this area here, that's when Hyperliquid becomes super, super interesting. Now, it is also one of the best looking charts against Bitcoin itself. That is my long-standing barometer for strength, and that is looking at the pair. So Hype slash Bitcoin. Looks like it's trying to break out to the top of its all-time high versus Bitcoin and scoot off. It's exactly the same methodology and strategy we've been using with Pax Gold. Looking at there, I think Pax is looking a bit cooked against Bitcoin on the ratio personally, but it's been a volatile beast. It can turn around for sure. But just watching a few variables come in. Yeah, Bitcoin 50% down, Pax Gold, Bitcoin ratio looking like she's going to roll. MicroStrategy looking a lot better off the lows there. So a lot of things lining up that I think Bitcoin is going to have a run here at some point. So back to Hyperliquid here. I think a breakout trade is definitely on the cards here above the 200. That's where I get very, very interested. So 36. Here you maybe can form a position and have a stop loss underneath this level here. So there through, and just play that up through there. The best place to buy this though is at 40. So you flip that, I just got the hammer there. So you want to flip it, see some kind of rejection underneath. Using the resistance now turn support because then it's off to 51. At least that's the methodology. A nice, comfortable staircase up, building, building, then blast off. So I like hype. I also like the RSI. You can see here it's come back down to the 50 and bounced straight off it. So it's in that strength zone. The buyers are really stepping on the gas here, and it looks quite comfortable. Let's go on over to ETH. So ETH and BNB are my one to watches for similar reasons. So ETH is so important for the altcoin market, and you forget about how important it is until it actually starts running, and then you see the altcoins just zoom. Whenever ETH is strong, the altcoins are strong. At least that's what we've seen. So this absolutely is a one to watch. If Bitcoin is shaping up for maybe a breakout move from these lows, and ETH isn't wanting to career down to 1,000, like my newsletter was hypothesizing, and I'll just leave that there for now. ETH, what's it doing? Let's have a look. Okay, so it's compressing inside this, I want to say, range. It could maybe be looked on as maybe an ascending wedge. Yeah, I guess that could be. One bang, 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 maybe for a breakout through here. Ultimately, it has to clear 2100, 2150. Weekly close through this region is essential. And then it's just a very easy path back to 2700. I could see that happening really easy. And that's kind of the real big test. Does it get rejected there, or does it continue to climb through 2700 and then it challenges its own 200? So I brought ETH up here because if she does break through the 50 on the RSI, that overhead at 2100, she's going to scoot pretty quickly higher. Yeah. And if you have a look at the volume here, there's a massive old gap, really big gap of volume. So that can run really, really quickly because there's no places that investors and traders historically have had bids. I could zoom out a little bit more and show you that. So yeah, there's still the gap there, even if I zoom out through all this price action. Huge volume cluster above. So the next level is really, yeah, it's going to be tough to break 2700. I can see a lot of sellers are going to come in there. But the overriding thesis around ETH moving is, the altcoin market. You could argue that this looks actually relatively similar to Hyperliquid. underneath its 200-week moving average. XMR is in an ascending wedge very clearly here. Now you could maybe massage this a little bit more. Doesn't really matter to me. You can just clearly see it's just grinding higher, but it's had a massive breakdown from this uptrend. It's broken through that trend line. It's lost its 200. And importantly for me, when I look at this chart, I see one rejection, two rejections off the 200 and the top, and we are trying to slope up and have another go at it. So this really is the last chance saloon for XMR before it maybe does something like that. I just can't get bullish on XMR until a weekly close above this, kind of this structure here. Close that weekly through there, then yeah, I think she's going higher. And that could be the bottom formation before it does move higher. But we just have to pay this the respect it deserves. It's trying to find footing above 50, but it's struggling a little bit here. It's running back into the 200 again and again. The trend is very, very clearly reversed. So it's more likely than not that this does come down